WINTON Terrace, located in the Winton Hills neighborhood, has been known as a hotspot for violent crime in Cincinnati. Nonprofit Save Our Youth Kings and Queens was started 5 years ago in hopes of stopping that violent cycle by mentoring teens and kids. Its founder, Mitch Morris, has been working to combat gun violence in Cincinnati for 40 years. Cincinnati Police say his hard work is paying off. We got to witness it firsthand.
Last year we started seeing a very concerning trend where we were seeing more juvenile suspects in shootings as well as more juvenile victims of shooting incidents.
We hear it almost like every day and stuff.
What do you hear?
Like gunshots and stuff, like people dying and stuff.
A lot of these kids were from Avondale and WINTON Terrace that went on this trip to D.C. And those are hot spots. When you look at the map, they're red or light pink with violent crime of all ages. For those who don't know, what kind of things are these kids experiencing in those neighborhoods?
You know, from my vantage point, they do see crime, violent crime, property crimes. They do see all of that firsthand. And we may never know what it's like to live 24/7 in a community that suffers that type of activity.
A lot of people in administration and a lot of organizations are doing the best they can in these communities, try to save these youth and save others from the senseless gun violence that's happening in our neighborhoods across the country.
Save Our Youth Kings and Queens, Mr. Mitch Morris, you know, he has been a staple with us for many, many years. So what Mitch does is he takes them out of their community, puts them in real life scenarios so that they can see what they can attain if they work hard and stay out of trouble.
Hope we can pick off each other, continue to work together to try to turn this thing around. You're talking about saving lives.
I'm happy to say, knock on wood, as of this morning, we're down 50% in our juvenile shooting victims, and we're down even more in our juvenile homicide gun victims year to date. So we've made extremely significant progress in that area.
While violent crime involving kids and teenagers is down in Cincinnati, one victim is too many. It's why Mitch's mission continues. For the first time, he brought kids from this neighborhood to Washington, D.C. in search of hope.
We about to go to Washington, D.C. because we done been there before.
We get one line right here if we can start doing our checklist to load everybody up.
I'm most excited for this trip, and I'm really thankful for Mr. Mitch for doing this for. He's a really good man.
Open up their horizon and be able to see more and want to do more with their life and give them more choices and let them see there's more out there in this world than what they see every day in this area. Y'all take care. We all good to go.
About 500 miles from Cincinnati sits our nation's capital. Regardless of our differences, most can agree a lot of history and success stories are told here. It's why Cincinnati activists thought this would be the perfect place to give kids hope. We found out a little hope could be life-saving.
We made it. It feels good to be here in Washington, D.C.
The ride took a long time, but I think we're going to have fun because I never been here before.
Going to the White House. So it's going to be about a 45-minute tour. The rest of us are going to stay on here.
We went to the White House. I got to see the room. I got to see the golden plate. This is my first time here, so I'm going to say it feels good.
We really wanted to come up here just to give kids opportunity. You got senators, you got congressmen. So I want them to know that they could be able to do some of those same things.
This is the Statue of Freedom. It's a replica of what's on top of the rotunda.
I got to be in your group when you went through the Capitol. Tell me about that experience and how it made you feel.
Oh, so cool. Wow. Look at the flag. There's a flag right there.
I was losing my mind. It was so much fun to see all the different things, all the different statues of presidents. I saw a statue of Rosa Parks.
The reality is, you know, we try our best not to prove this old adage that you become a product of your environment. And part of that that contributes to that is people never leaving their communities. And so what we've done these last few days is really just not only restore hope, but give them a seed of a future that they can look to. I don't always just have to look at this or that. I can see beyond my blight. I can see beyond my poverty. I can see beyond my pain and begin to see some of the real things that I can become.
This is adventurous to me because I've never really seen anything. I've only seen it on movies or when I look stuff up.
Those kids got the opportunity to see the big things, the White House, the Capitol, the Washington Monument. But it was the little things that mattered the most, like walking through a park and feeling safe, or having dinner out with their friends.
I've had a lot of good times, but to be honest, going to Shake and Shack, the food there was just so good.
They are going to a place where a lot of people are outside enjoying themselves, having fun, and not just like sitting on the corner every single day or sitting inside their house because they don't want to go out in their neighborhood. It's nice. I think they're all enjoying that.
My favorite part has probably been being here at the Martin Luther King Jr. Monument. I really like it, and it's really peaceful. Martin Luther King Jr. has always been my favorite activist. I really like the stuff that he has done.
I really do like it here. It's fun. It got tall buildings. It's a lot about civil rights here.
How does that make you feel?
Confident and good.
Who knows? Mitch may have just taken the next vice president or president of the United States from Cincinnati to D.C. Who knows what these kids could be in the future?
Mitch, when we were interviewing after our full day in D.C., he says he hopes that that trip and the work that he's doing is saving lives. Do you think that his work is saving lives?
Absolutely. Not only is it saving lives, I think it has the potential to give some of those youth better quality of life as they become adults.
I want to thank Mr. Mitch for doing this for us, because there's not many people that get a chance to do these type of things.
Out of the mountain of despair, a stone of hope. By Martin Luther King.
Thank you for believing in us, and thank you for thinking of us, because that was really nice.
I just feel so lucky I was able to go on that trip and see that firsthand.
You know, being there, you can see how wide-eyed they all were at every turn. As an observer, as somebody who's with these kids all day, could you see this as an eye-opening experience for them in real time?
Absolutely, and it was so awesome to just see. You know, I hadn't been there in a long time either, so it was fun and it's cool for us to see, but for them, everything was amazing. And one point that we couldn't even get into that was walking into a McDonald's. Was a big deal for some of those kids.
That gave me chills, the being in the park or just going to Shake Shack and feeling safe. Everyone should feel safe.
Things that a lot of us take for granted.
Absolutely. And one thing, Mitch, he takes kids to places here in Cincinnati too. He doesn't have to take them as far as DC. That was just kind of an extra bonus for them, but he's taken them to the Union Terminal, to the Cincinnati Police Academy, up to Dayton to the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. So there are places here locally that they can go and feel safe as well, but just eye-opening the entire experience.
Exposure is important.
Absolutely.
Beautiful 2 days of reporting. Thank you so much.
Great job, Chelsea.